Hello all of you little demons, Jules here for WhatCulture.com, back again with another episode of the awesomely named and awfully hosted Tues Your Own Adventure, the weekly medieval themed format where I, the Crown Jules of WhatCulture.com, take a list chosen by you, yes you the person who is finally able to record a Choose Your Own Adventure episode without a time deadline of like a day and a half. James, rejoice for we are free to use 2 days instead. Alright, yes, you get to decide what list I dole out to you each and every week. And this week we have none other to thank than Eli Ramon 420, or Eli Ramon, apologies, I didn't know how to pronounce it there, but thank you very much for your suggestion of video game noises that basically made us nope out entirely. Now, I've done my usual YouTube chicanery with the title, and I've come up with something I feel like you're going to be very, very happy with. Because when it comes down to it, video games are projects of full emotion, from the dreamlike inception through to the blood, sweat and tears of so many artists, animators and developers, right through to the sheer heft of feelings that games can impart on you, the player. It is a process that can make you into a better person or change the way that you experience the world around you. But in the case of the video games we're talking about today, they can also make us say nope and peace out of a gaming experience entirely, whether through disgust, revulsion, fear, or just some weird combination of everything, just making us say, nah, I don't want anything to do with that. And that's what we're talking about today. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 7 exact video game moments that made you nope out entirely. And you know the drill by now. Say hi to me here in the live chat and put your suggestions for next week's episode down in the comment section below. And with that in mind, let's get on with this list, shall we? I'm not going to clap my face, I've got the kazoo trumpet in my hand, and that will hurt. Number 7, meeting Lu Bu for the first time, Dynasty Warriors 3. Now, as I've said before in the opening, there are some moments in gaming that are just so downright scary that it makes you peace out of a video game for quite a large amount of time, and I will detail one such experience much later on, which is incredibly personal. But then there are other times that are just downright embarrassing, enough so that you put down the controller, go to your window that has rain constantly running down it, and sigh saying, what am I doing? Why did I buy this window? Yeah, there are some video game moments that are like a reality check that feels like a hammer to the skull, and providing today's crushing blow is the one and only Lu Bu from the almighty thumb-skin shredder known as the Dynasty Warriors franchise. Now, imagine the scene. You're one of the 40-odd officers that you can play as in Dynasty Warriors 3, and you think that you are the hottest noise since sliced muso. You've carved your way through enemies like a hot knife through butter and have swabbed the deck with the tears of other generals. But then it happened. You've come toe-to-toe with the one and only Lu Bu on the Hulao Gate level. Your officers are shown being cut down by this brutal general. His horse is a colour that doctors would term as a raging STD flavour, and his theme song is so slapping that your cheeks have actually come off. Oh. My cheeks. This is the moment where things got real, but yet it's not the exact nope out moment. For that moment comes just a few moments later, when you've sauntered up to Lu Bu to give him a low blow and then realised that upon your first strike that A, his health hasn't gone down at all, and B, he's not even reacting to your attacks, leading to C, him attacking through your moves and killing you in 1 or 2 hits. This moment right here would be enough to never want to face Lu Bu ever again, and each and every time you play the Hulao Gate level, just bypassing him completely to give him the peace signs as you ride past as fast as you can. Number 6, bumping into The Witch, Left 4 Dead franchise. Now there's something so alluring about the Left 4 Dead franchise. What Valve managed to do with this is take a first-person horror game and just add in this beautiful element, this mixture of team dynamics, hugely enjoyable characters, horror and comedy that never feels like one or the other is taking precedence, and of course a multitude of horrible monsters that will live rent-free in your mind forever. And then there's The Witch. Now, while you might argue that a tank might make your shoes damp with liquid poo, it is definitely The Witch who provides such a meaty scare buffet that you will be full within seconds. And it all starts with that sound, that low, cutting moan, the soft wailing that seems like it's coming from a being who's just given up all hope. It's genuinely affecting each and every time you listen to it, and on your first playthrough, you'll likely have gone towards the noise in order to help such a tortured soul, such as our nature. However, it's here that you get the biggest nope of the franchise, as the witch reveals herself as an emaciated and horrifying creature that, when disturbed, is a near one-hit killing machine. Thus, on every playthrough after the first, you will be giving the witch as wide a berth as possible, and it makes for some truly horrifying scenarios when you realise that she's blocking your path. It's like, please, just get out of the way, please. I'm begging you, I'm begging. Oh, here comes the tank again. Number 5, detecting multiple leviathan lifeforms, Subnautica. So for those of you who've never played Subnautica, the best way to describe it is that it is the most scary non-horror video game that I've ever played. Now, those with a fear of the deep sea will definitely want to give this game a pass immediately, but even those comfortable in the crushing depths will most definitely have dropped an anchor or two in their trousers when they meet the title's answer to keeping the player within the confines of the open world. You see, whereas some titles will use invisible walls or have vehicles or transports fail, or even just straight up teleport players back to the center of the map when they go out of bounds, Subnautica uses simple text to instill a hefty dose of nope. If the player ventures out too far, then the onboard AI will warn them that there are several Leviathan-class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it? And this moment alone should replace your bones with pure dread. And not because of the fact that there is massive sea monsters that are about to completely crush you. No, not that at all. But it's actually because of the AI warning you. Now remember, this AI has been nothing but supportive throughout your entire journey, and you've done some pretty silly stuff by this point anyway, and it's just been like, you know what, mate, go on, pal, I've got your back. But here, they're actually questioning you. Their job is to keep you safe, and they've suddenly just been like, boss, I don't think this is a good idea. And if that doesn't make you want to turn your vessel around, I don't know what will. Number 4, the Hell Brute is here. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Now, while Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, which is a very long title, has only just recently dropped on PC, it has done so with the weight of 1,000 suns, making waves in all of the right reasons because of the fact it's allowed the Venn diagrams of Warhammer 40k players and XCOM fans to finally kiss. They just get together into a convention and they go, mwah, mwah. I love punishing gameplay. Oh, I love dark and depressing realities. Oh, we'll get on so well. However, even hardy XCOM fans might find themselves kissing Papa Nurgle's taint from time to time, thanks to some of the late game enemies being pure nope machines that will ruin your day the moment they drop into battle. Blight Lord Terminators, Plague Champions, hell, even pumped up cultists can turn you into offal if you're caught in the wrong position. But nothing will ever cause my Terminators to shake in their wee booties more than when a Hellbrute comes to play. These mechanical tombs of disease and plague are the absolute worst, charging headfirst into your lines, destroying cover like it was made of wet bread, I am not a Grey Knight duck, and scattering your team so that you are forced to deal with them right there and then. It's definitely enough to make the Grey Knights change their policy of "we shall know no fear" to actually, I'm gonna need a spare pair of trousers. Worst of all, because you're focusing fire on this large and very much in charge fella, you'll be leaving yourself open to counterattacks from the other enemies that spawned with it. So yeah, if you see one of these things, run. Or at least try to. Yeah. Number 3, realizing that there's no bloody autosave. Dead Rising. Now, sometimes a nope moment isn't born out of fear or disgust, but sometimes just gameplay elements that can cause you to lose hours and hours of time. And the original Dead Rising sure can punish players who enter this mall unprepared. For you see, in a world of hand-holding, checkpoints after every step, and autosave systems that feel like an overly concerned parent, Dead Rising was a title that flagrantly did away with these conventions and stated proudly, "If you haven't saved in the last hour, that's on you, pal." That's right, Dead Rising doesn't have any form of an autosave system, meaning that if you're out exploring and bite the big one, then you're going right back to that last manual save, which, let me tell you, is painful when you're also dealing with the brain-dead AI who love to bum-rush zombie hordes with nothing more than a firm handshake as a defense. Losing a survivor when you're on a savior run, or getting annihilated by a boss that you just didn't see coming or weren't ready for, only to be kicked back hours and hours, is so demoralizing that many might actually nope out on the game right there and then. And it's made even worse if you make the same mistake again. But I guess in a way it is a testament to the quality of Dead Rising's gameplay loop, because you've just gone hours and hours without ever thinking that you'd need to take a break, but then get absolutely flushed down the toilet when you realise, oh dear, I died. Number 2, the game whispers your name. Black and white. So sometimes you have to ask yourself when you find Easter eggs such as the one that I'm about to detail, what the hell were the devs thinking here? Because this is a video game moment that will make you genuinely uncomfortable. Like, what sort of sick joy are they getting out of making their fans squirm this much with unease? We'll likely never know. However, the one thing that I most definitely know now is that when it came to Black and White, it contained the freakiest Easter egg imaginable. I say this because as you're playing this game, at certain points, for no reason whatsoever, the game will start whispering your name. I wish I was joking, but it is true, as the title actually scans the email that you registered the game with, even pseudo-linking to your account in order to send you rudimentary email push notifications, and even naming villagers after people on your contact lists. Which is pretty creepy enough, right? However, things can get a whole lot more sorry I stained the seat if your name matches any of those found on an in-game file. Or if it does, the game will randomly begin whispering your name in a breathy and unsettling manner. And this is the thing I've noticed, for example, that James has been whispering my name throughout this entire entry, but that's more annoying, mate. That's just very annoying. But when you're playing Black and White in a game that you weren't expecting this at all from, it is downright unsettling. Hearing this for the first time would make you do a double take. A second time would make you think that you're bloody mad, and the third time will have you reaching for that power socket to nope out of the game entirely. Cheers. And number 1, leaving Leon in a skip. Resident Evil 2 demo. Okay, so I won't lie to you here. I'm about to completely fudge the don't tell extremely personal stories for fear of alienating your audience rule, because I think that you want to hear about the time that I legitimately, as a child, nearly fudged my own trousers. And after I've delivered this tale, you'll see why I'm stepping up to the podium for my TED Talk on how Resident Evil 2 killed my childhood. So for those youngsters in the back who have no concept of a video game unlockable that they didn't pay for, let alone the concept of printed media, back in the heady days of the late 90s and early 2000s, magazines like the official PlayStation magazine were the sort of playground currency that you could bloody well retire on. People would swarm to you to look at the articles and upcoming features and of course relentlessly quiz you on what was on the elusive and cherished demo disc. And in the case of the example that we're talking about today, it was issue 14, volume 2 of the UK publication of the official PlayStation magazine, which contained an absolute stonker in the form of Gex 3D, but also an absolute stinker in the form of Rascal. Right. But in between both of those games was Resident Evil 2's demo. Now, as anyone that can cast a shadow can probably tell you, playing this sort of game at a time when my brain was basically stitched together with Saturday morning cartoons was a recipe for disaster, and the chef is the person who made bacon soda. Seriously, it's a real life thing, and no, I don't want to drink it. In short, I was terrified. And I know that word gets bandied around a lot, but I am telling you without a word of hyperbole that I didn't finish this 10-minute demo because I was that scared. And it started off in a blind panic with me running past flaming zombies, and thanks to the discordant music and that visceral death of Kendo, I was a nervous wreck. Couple this with the basketball court jump scare where the zombies break through the gate, and I was done. So what happened was, and this was the precise moment that I noped out of this game, or this demo entirely, was that I got down into the alleyway just before you go back onto the main street and into the bus. And what I did was I got Leon up onto the dumpster that separates the two portions, and it changes the camera angle to such a way that you cannot see the zombies that are coming from the other side of the screen. You can just hear them. That was the moment that broke me. I couldn't get down off of the skip and face them. And when they shuffled onto the screen, I fired all of my bullets. I had nothing left. I had absolutely no ammo. The knife does nothing, just butters them up a little bit. And so I left him there. I left Leon on top of the skip because that was the only moment of safety that I found within that demo. I had a horrible week or two of sleepless nights after that. And rightfully so, my dad was pretty angry because admittedly he should have seen the fact that I was playing it, but I kind of played it without his permission. So yeah, kind of ruined my experience with Resident Evil for a long, long time. I love the series now, though. Absolutely can't get enough of it. And I do wonder if this was instrumental in building my fascination with horror, trying to get over the fear that I experienced so acutely at this point in time. So yes, I know I've been rambling on a lot about this right now, but Resident Evil 2's demo absolutely and utterly broke me in a way that can only be summarized as, nope. And there we go, my friends. Those were 7 exact video game moments that made you nope out entirely. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on Twitter at RetroJ, but the O is a 0, or you can go to Instagram and follow me at Retro40k, where I do all of my Warhammer stuff at the moment. More Chaos Knights on the table at present, my friends. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. I hope that you haven't noped out of the ending bit of this video, because I want to leave you with a bit of positivity, a bit of self-love, because at the end of the day, you are a massive ledge. You deserve the best things in life, and don't let anything or anyone else tell you otherwise. We don't want any of the nopes. We want the yes, yes, yeses. Believe in yourself. Achieve those dreams. I know you can do it. I believe in you. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that. I'll see you soon. Bye.